Welcome, I am Agni Lakshaw. This video teaches two techniques which will increase your imaginative focus, sharpen your thinking, and develop your inner mind within the emptiness you have already created. These foundational techniques will lay the foundation for eventually isolating the ego, a critical factor in connecting you to your divine self. They are preparing you for the fantastical worlds of the altered states of consciousness and manifesting your own destiny. In subsequent levels of this practice, you will expand upon these in a most incredible way. These techniques are critical in developing the mind of a mystic, which enables you to enter altered states of consciousness and interact with the people and environments you find there. If you believe the world is nothing more than what you can see, you are missing 99% of the universe. There is so much more within our universe than your phone, computer, or tablet can ever show you, and through this practice you will experience, not just see it. Visualization is used in many different disciplines, including psychology. It is a method of focusing the mind, engaging the creative side of your psyche, and using multiple hemispheres of your brain. Creative artists, engineers, and others involved in the creation process use visualization all the time, though it is implicit in their everyday thinking. I have been this way my entire life, thus why I was an engineer and have the most vivid dreams. This process is the creation of a world within your mind, a state of consciousness all by itself. When you have finally quieted the monkey mind, you left a blank canvas upon which to paint whatever you like. In this technique, you will paint the simple yet complex object of a tree. While it is simple in that everyone is familiar with a tree, it is complex in its organization, textures, and myriad branches. To create it is an amazing feat, but to hold that creation in your mind when completed is an even greater feat. Do this, and you will raise your thinking to a new level it has never achieved before. Sit in meditation and create the black void or sphere within your mind's eye. This is the emptiness you have achieved before. Picture a small seedling tree growing into a large tree, which eventually towers over you. Once the tree is fully grown, look down at its roots sinking into the blackness below you. Focus on the texture of its bark, its color, the shape, and its size. Circle the tree looking at each root in the exact same way. Fix the thought of each root in your mind until they crystallize into something tangible and clear. Look up at the enormity of the trunk extending into the air above you. With the same analytical mind, look at its bark, color, and any patterns you see. Are there knots, bumps, discoloration? Estimate how wide the trunk is and follow it up to the first branch. How many branches can you see? Estimate a count of the branches. Pick a branch and follow it up into the canopy. When it splits, choose a path and follow it upwards. Count how many times the branch splits, taking you in a different direction. Notice the color and shape of the leaves. Estimate how many leaves you can see and estimate the total number within the tree. Imagine they are fluttering in a breeze. Can you feel the breeze on your face? Move your focus slowly back until you can see the entire tree from your perspective. What kind of tree is it? Bodhi, oak, maple, magnolia, aspen, eucalyptus, weeping willow? Is it one of your favorite trees? Imagine it shrinking down in size again as though it were growing backwards. Visualize the leaves all fading, followed by the branches as the trunk shrinks down to just a seedling. Finally, it disappears, leaving only you and the black void. When done properly and regularly, the details of the tree will begin to solidify into real objects. A time will eventually come when you feel as if you are truly next to a tree or within its branches. It will seem solid and non-changing as your mind fixes it as if a real object you are seeing. This is our goal, and this technique should be practiced until you can achieve that. Practice it once a week after your regular meditation based on the phase and level within that phase. I prefer weekends for this technique because I have more flexibility in my meditation time and do not feel rushed. Sensing the present is an opportunity to not only sense the reality you exist within, but sharpens your recall skills building upon the imaginative inner mind that you developed through the visualization technique. For many of us, being present in any situation can be difficult. Part of this is the result of our monkey mind darting from one thought to another, never paying heed to its surroundings. How many times have you walked into a new room and left without being able to remember anything about it? That is not normal and illustrates your lack of being in the present. Trust me, I know this firsthand. As a precognitive, I often live in the future and rarely in the present. I needed this technique to change that dynamic, and now I possess a wonderful recall of all my environment, visualizing them as though I am there. This is an important skill when you begin astral travel or broadening your consciousness into the universe. Attention to detail and being present will serve you well both in this realm and all others you visit. I must mention the 800-pound gorilla in the room called a cell phone or technology in general. Too many of us have entrained our brain to focus on nothing but our devices, thus ignoring the present reality around us. This leads to a distracted mind, which is nearly impossible to interact with or use in a meaningful conversation. I have often told my students clear and precise directions, only to have them have no idea what I told them. This is an egregious state of mind and will severely hamper your spiritual and evolutionary growth. I am not preaching against technology and use it daily, but I do not let it rule my attention and steal away my life in the process. This is a demon you must slay, or you will forever stay a child in an adult world. If done properly and regularly, you can erase the bad habits of your inattention and sense the present no matter where you are or when. Walk into a room within your home and scan all the objects visible in the room. Count how many there are. What sounds do you hear? Count and identify as many sounds as possible. What smells do you detect? Count and identify as many smells as possible. Walk over to an object, close your eyes, and feel the object with your fingers. What textures do you feel? Does the feeling evoke an emotion or memory? Are there multiple touch sensations you feel? What does the boundary from one sensation to the other feel like? Can you visualize the boundary? Lean over the object or pick it up, smelling it to detect any sense you may have. Does it smell pleasant? Is there more than one smell? What does it smell like? Open your eyes and leave the room, choosing a seat somewhere comfortable. Close your eyes and imagine you are walking back into the room you just left. Visualize all the objects in their respective places within the room. Notice their color and textures. Do you detect the same smells and sounds? In your mind's eye, go back to the object you felt before and imagine feeling it again. Does it feel the same? Does it smell the same? Once you have a clear visualization of that room, you may stop. While it may seem completely ridiculous to do such an exercise, you are entraining your brain to pay attention to the present, identifying key details through your sensations, and then recalling them with perfect clarity. You can do the same thing with any room or space, and can even go outside into different environments. This is the proverbial smelling the roses everyone talks about. This is your reality, and you should engage with it, enjoy it, and take it all in with a new perspective and clarity. Put your device down and start living. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you will find these techniques a wonderful addition to your practice. Through these techniques, you are transforming yourself into the new human you are meant to be. I wish you all the best in your meditation efforts, so please follow the prescribed daily regimens and phases to ensure your success in this introductory level of Kriya Serpent Yoga. Peace profound.